Alrighty guys, what is going on? It is Joseph here, back for another LEGO Star Wars video here today. And today we're going to be talking about all of the new original trilogy LEGO Star Wars set rumors in 2021 and talk about the sets that are involved with this. So let's get right into the video, shall we? But before we get into today's video, guys, I do want to give a reminder I'm doing a free set giveaway at 1,000 subs, so please make sure to like and subscribe. It's either a 501st Battle Pack or an AAT, depending on what the winner chooses. So let's get right into the video. Starting out with the first room in original trilogy set here, we have the Darth Vader helmet. This is an April set. It's going to be set number 75304, have 834 pieces, and costs about $80. It has no minifigures, and as you can tell, the set kind of has its own pros and cons. The helmet itself isn't too bad. I think it's a little bit awkward around the mouth, and considering the limitations and constraints LEGO probably had, and this is the best they could do. It's not terrible, but it's not great in my opinion. I don't think I'm going to pick this up. I'm not really a big fan of the helmet sets, but if you are, this one might be for you. Now, the next original trilogy set here is the Scout Trooper helmet. It's another one of the helmet series sets. It's set number 75305 and is a lot smaller than the Darth Vader helmet. It's only got 471 pieces and costs $50, and it's obviously also being released this April. 0 minifigs as well. And this one's pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I actually might pick this one up, but I don't know. I think that if I pick this one up, I kind of have to pick up the other helmet and all the other helmets as well, because having one helmet's nice, but I think having all of them would make, a much better display. But, I don't know. I'm iffy about this one. The helmet looks really good, though. I'm not going to lie. I think LEGO did a really good job with this. And at $50, I think this is a really good deal. So, good job, LEGO. The next rumored set here is the Imperial probe droid, and it looks okay. It's set number 75306, 683 pieces, supposed to retail for $60. Released in April as well. 0 minifigures. There's some things I like about this set. For one, I think that the price is decent. I think it's not a terrible price at $60 for this thing. The thing I don't like about it is that it's gray. I think that canonically that's technically accurate, I guess. I'm not too sure. I think it's a darker gray, honestly, but whenever you see it in video games and other LEGO and the movies, it kind of gives off a more black appearance, if you ask me. Whenever I think of the probe droid, I think of it as a black droid, right? And in Battlefront, it looks black, and in the movies, it looks black, and every time LEGO makes one of these probe droids, they usually release it with black bricks. So the fact that this one's gray, and it's a very light gray, like you'd see on a AT-ST or AT-AT, it's kind of weird looking, but the model itself is pretty good. If it was just in black bricks, I think it'd look a lot better and be a lot more recognizable, and I think that black really would have suited this set better. But it's not terrible, and I do like what they did with the stand with the Hoth Snow and how it kind of creeps onto the little plaque there. Pretty good job here, LEGO, but kind of wish this thing was in black. The next rumored set here is the Midi scale Star Destroyer. We don't have a set number for the set, but it's supposed to have 396 pieces, and it's a gift with purchase of $120. So if you buy something from the LEGO shop that's $120 or more, you should be able to get this set. Whether that's limited to LEGO Star Wars or not, I don't know, but that's just what the rumor is right now. It's supposed to come out in late 2021, probably around the same time as the UCS AT-AT, which we'll also talk about that later. And it's supposed to have one minifigure, that being an Imperial officer. An interesting set idea, I'm not going to lie. LEGO really doesn't do too many mid-scale mini kind of vehicles and models and stuff like that. The only time they ever did one was 2011, and usually they either go small or go big, and that's about it. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to see what this one looks like, but for now, it sounds like an interesting rumor for sure, and I don't really know too much how to feel about this one or if this thing is even real, but it's definitely interesting, and I feel like we should wait until we see images of this thing to really get a good opinion about this set. Now, the next rumored set is a Slave 1 that's kind of scaled down just like the X-Wing and TIE Fighter were this year. It's set number 75312, has 592 pieces. It's going to be $50, which sounds like a great price for a Slave 1, right? But it's obviously going to be smaller. It's supposed to be releasing this summer in August 2021 and have 2 minifigures, one of those being Boba Fett, the other one being Han Solo. I assume they're both based off of Bespin appearances. And it sounds like an interesting set. Again, the really big key with this set especially, the mid-scale Star Destroyer, we can probably imagine that one's going to look like the previous Star Destroyer they released a few years ago. But a mini Slave 1 is kind of interesting because, the smaller TIE Fighter ended up looking pretty much like the bigger TIE Fighter, except just smaller. The smaller X-Wing, though, really has a few visual differences compared to the older X-Wing models. It's not as good, in my opinion, and it kind of hurts it. But it definitely, I guess, gives you the impression that's an X-Wing. So this set could really be either good or bad, or, we're going to have to see. I think that the mini downsizing of these sets really kind of can change the way some of these look, and sometimes it doesn't really affect it too much. I think the TIE Fighter looks just like the big TIE Fighter, but I think that, small X-Wing does not look very much like the original bigger X-Wing. So this thing is either going to look great as Slave 1 or bad, and I don't know. Since it's so small, it's going to be hard to see this thing looking pretty good, but still, if you want a free Slave 1, I guess, that's pretty cheap, then this might be your way to go. Now, the next rumored set here is the Darth Vader Meditation Chamber. It's at number 75296. It's supposed to have 663 pieces, and it's supposed to retail for $70, which is pretty crazy. It's supposed to also release this summer in 2021 and have 3 minifigures. One of those being Darth Vader, obviously, an Imperial Stormtrooper, and Admiral Pitt. So the minifigures aren't too bad here. Maybe Darth Vader will have printed arms as well, which would be pretty nice. But as a meditation chamber set, it's an adult, 18 plus set, and I'm not too favorable about this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm gonna get it. It sounds interesting. It doesn't sound like a bad set, but I just don't think it's gonna look that good or be that interesting. The Darth Vader meditation chamber is somewhat iconic, but like I don't think there's a way they can make like the model super visually appealing. With Lego they can make a lot of ships and vehicles look really appealing, make beautiful models out of those. But out of Darth Vader's meditation chamber, I kind of have my doubts about how good they can make this model look. Maybe it'll be really good and really awesome. I don't know, but still not super excited for this one or interested. And I think the model is going to be fine, but not great. So yeah, that's that. Next up, we have the UCS R2-D2 here, which is set number 75308. We currently don't know anything about the piece count, but we know it's going to be $200, and it's going to be released this May. It's going to include one minifigure, that of course being R2-D2, and really that's all we know about this set. Obviously, Lego made one of these in 2012, kind of as a big precursor to some of these Midi scale UCS character sets, and I'm kind of excited for this one. I'm not going to lie, I think it's going under the radar. I think it's going to be an underrated and solid set. I think that Lego's going to do a good job with the model, and at $200, I think it's going to be a decent set and probably worth the money. Really, though, we're going to have to see what this thing looks like, but I can't imagine it looks any worse than the original one did, because the original one, I think, still holds up to this day. I think that this one's going to look even better, so I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be a really solid set. Moving into the final original trilogy set of 2021, we have the rumored UCS AT-AT. It's set number 75313, has 6,782 pieces. It's going to retail for $800, and it's supposed to be releasing in late 2021, maybe around October, September, November, who knows. Minifigs is unknown, but I can imagine we'll see maybe an AT-AT pilot, Snow Troopers, Darth Vader, Luke, some Hoth Rebel Troopers, Hoth pilots, who knows. Ultimately, though, this thing's going to be an absolute beast, and, it's going to be a good set. I already know it's going to be a great set. With some of these really big UCS sets, Lego usually kills it, and I can't imagine the model looking terrible. It's going to look great, but I must admit, at $800, it is going to be very pricey, so we're going to see how that works out. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. Please let me know down in the comments below which sets are you guys excited for and which sets you guys plan on buying. I'm going to try and get the AT-AT, but it's going to be very expensive and probably pretty hard to find, but that would be kind of like a shoot for the stars dream set. I'm also going to try and get the R2-D2 and the gift with purchase set, and maybe even sneak in a helmet set or the Darth Vader meditation chamber, maybe even the slave one as well. So let me know down in the comments below which sets you guys plan on getting, and yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time on JT Bricks.